This is KGW News at Sunrise.
We start at 6 with breaking news of a wildfire out of Wasco County. Officials say the Larch Creek fire has grown to an estimated 7,000 acres and is 0% contained this morning.
We have team coverage for you. Rod Hill is covering how today's weather will impact the fire. But first, we're going to head out live to Wasco County, where Thomas Schultz has the latest on just how quickly this fire is spreading. Thomas?
Yeah, guys, I mean, just overnight, this fire doubled from 3,500 acres to 7,000, and it's burning near Friend, Oregon. And you can see behind us, too, there's smoke just settling into the valley at this point. Let's show you some pictures of what it looked like last night. Here's from the Tye Valley Fire Rescue Department. You can see the fire across the valley burning. That's still going right now. Of course, you still can't see it because of that smoke here in Tye. We're about 5 miles southwest of Dufur, Oregon. The fire right now estimated at about 7,000 acres. That number was updated about 20 minutes ago. Officials say the fire right now is spreading out of control and they're battling high winds. It's 0% contained. That smoke is, of course, settling into the valley, and there's been about 100 people evacuated south to South Wasco High School. And some spent the night there. There's also been livestock that were evacuated. The Oregon State Fire Marshal has also mobilized 4 task forces to help fight these flames. And we spoke to some residents today who say that they were surprised and glad to see how quickly there was a mobilization effort to get people out here fighting this fire. We also just spoke to the fire chief, guys, of Tye Valley Fire Rescue, who says that he's been working on this all night. He was out here until about 2 in the morning. He got about 2 hours of sleep, and he got right back out here in an effort to fight these fires and try to, at first, contain this fire and prevent it from spreading any further. Guys?
All right, Thomas Schultz live this morning in Wasco County. We'll have another update from Thomas coming up here at 6:30.
Now let's get to Rod and the Weather Center. Rod.
Yeah, well, you could see the really thick, bad smoke conditions there in Thomas's live shot. And you probably don't need me to tell you that it's about the worst type of weather you could have this time of the year for fighting a fire. This area is still behind me in this pink color for an excessive heat warning, where temperatures will again today be up to around 100 degrees. That type of heat has ended west of the Cascades, but not here when you get into Wasco County. Thomas mentioned the wind. The general forecast for this area: west winds gusting to 35 miles per hour. Now, the nearest live sky cam I have, Thomas showed you how dense the smoke is down there, closer to 197. Here's the Dalles, a little hazy, but I want to show you up in Wasco County, temperatures are still well up into the 70s, even at this hour. And there's the Dalles up in northern Wasco County, 99. Again, there are those winds gusting to 35. Let's hope for the best, but obviously tough conditions for the men and women battling that blaze. And conditions are ripe for the blazes to spread. And we just learned it's more than doubled since the reports of last evening. Back to you.
Rod, thank you. And if you live in Deschutes County and receive SNAP benefits, listen up. People who lost food due to recent wildfires have until the 25th to request replacements. Usually you only have about 10 days to request food replacements, but the state got federal approval to waive that deadline for folks in Deschutes County. To make a request, go to the Oregon Department of Human Services website.
As we move into day 7 of our ongoing heat wave, we've learned about 2 more suspected heat-related deaths. So that brings the total number in Oregon over the past week to 6. 4 people from Multnomah County, 1 from Clackamas County, and 1 from Coos County. 4 of those people were older than 64, and doctors say older adults are more prone to heat-related illnesses because of changes in the way our bodies regulate temperature as we age.
With fans and air conditioners working overtime this week, we thought it might be worth looking ahead to make sure that your systems can withstand the next time that we face such extreme temperatures. Andrew Scheid is the general manager of Central Air Heating, Cooling and Plumbing. He says homes nowadays are more energy efficient and can actually keep in the heat during the summertime, adding even more stress to AC systems. But to prevent cooling emergencies, Scheid recommends changing your air filters about 4 times a year.
A dirty filter is going to restrict the airflow. It's going to slow it down, and it's going to cause that unit to work a lot harder than it needs to. It's going to even possibly cause the air conditioner to freeze up if it's continually running.
Another tip: make sure you're getting yearly maintenance. Scheid recommends getting a heating system tune-up in the fall and one in the spring for cooling systems. He says without it, your PGE bill could suffer and your equipment could have a shorter lifespan.
Now, we are going to get an outside cool down today, but only into the mid-90s. Yet, cooling centers around the area are closing down. Multnomah County emergency shelters that first opened up last Friday officially closed at 10 o'clock last night, and Washington County is planning to close its cooling centers at 9 o'clock this morning. Officials say people should still use local libraries and community centers during the day if they need to escape the heat.
Summer programming at Portland Public Schools will resume today at all schools. Classes were canceled at some locations earlier this week because of the lack of air conditioning. Parents can use their discretion regarding optional afternoon activities and childcare.
As we continue to talk about ways to keep cool, you can also keep this in mind. Simply text the word heat to 503-226-5088, and we will text you back with a link that will take you to a local list of cooling centers, fountains, and splash pads.
In other headlines this morning, Riverview Park is now back open after a teenager presumably drowned while swimming over the weekend. River Park is near Independence, Oregon in Polk County. Recovery operations for the teen have been scaled back as well, with only boats patrols on the lookout now.
According to the Oregon Health Authority, Oregon is one of 27 states reporting illnesses tied to a brand of candies that contain a potentially harmful chemical that's often found in mushrooms. A recall of chocolate bars, cones, and gummies sold under the brand Diamond Shrooms has been issued at this point. The FDA says those who became ill after eating the candy reported symptoms that include seizures, abnormal heart rates, and vomiting. The CDC is officially reporting 58 cases all across the country, 30 hospitalizations, and 1 death that is still under investigation. One person who got sick here in Oregon has reportedly already recovered.
TripAdvisor has awarded the Portland Japanese Garden a 2024 Traveler's Choice Award. According to TripAdvisor, the Japanese Garden consistently earned great reviews, placing them among the top 10% of listings around the world. I went there last week for the first time.
Really?
It was beautiful. It was very zen.
Yeah, no, it is one of the I'll say cooler places in terms of just like it's cool. But yesterday it was not cool there, like everywhere else. Flaming hot.
TripAdvisor also suggesting the local frozen meat section at your grocery store is a great place to be here in Oregon.
I noticed people when they're looking for ice cream, they kind of hold that door open a little longer these days, it seems.
Let me check out those brands. Here's a look at what we did yesterday. High temperature records. Portland 104. Generally, yesterday turned out to be the hottest day of the heat wave. Vancouver 103, Hillsborough the same, Salem 106. 5th consecutive 100-degree day for you folks. That is also a record. Eugene 106, also tying the record for the hottest temperature in July all time, which is 106. Big story here on the west side of our state is the 100-degree heat threat has ended. The excessive heat warning has ended. So today it's just more of a good old-fashioned hot afternoon. We will be up into the 90s. Here's a kind of a pretty shot because you can see some clearing, a little color there off to the right of your screen. That's the low cloud deck from the Schnuckwinds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. The beach is cloudy up and down this morning, but expecting afternoon sun. Speaking of the rising sun in the east from the Wells Fargo Tower, we're now down to 68 degrees out at PDX. It's 60 in Forest Grove and 59 in Hillsborough. So TripAdvisor also recommending Washington County this morning. I'm making that up. But here's some of the cooler temperatures in the area, so enjoy it, right? 59 up in Kelso, enjoy that. You folks will only be in the 80s today, by the way, up there in Cowlitz County. That's great news. Still excessive heat warning zone places like Bend and the Dalles. The Dalles is sitting at 80 right now. Portland's planner, 84 at noon, start off in the 60s. And we could still go as warm as 94. Now, I believe that 94 is probably the high end of what we could do today, so let's hope I'm right on that. Maybe it's not even quite as warm. And notice the sunset time tonight, 8:59. This will be day one of the sun going down before 9 o'clock. All right, low to mid-90s in the Willamette Valley. Generally, this does show you folks in Salem one of the hot spots again, as toasty as 96 for you. Battleground 91. There's that 80-something degree temperature up in Longview today in Kelso. 94 in Vancouver. I have Portland potentially at 94. And again, excessive heat warning still east of the Cascades. Upper 90s to 100 degrees in places like Madras and John Day. This shows Pendleton, Baker City, and Burns all at 100 plus at 4 p.m. this afternoon. 7 days, all dry. Maybe 88 tomorrow, but generally right around 90. I have lowered Sunday to 87. Low disturbance might bring us some early clouds, and then 91 and 86. So looks a little better down the road. Here's Chris.
It definitely looks a little better than 104. All right, the morning drive off to a pretty good start. This is I-5 through North Portland near the Expo Center. It's getting busier, but still no problems there. Over on the west side through the Tannisbourne area, Highway 26 looks good as well. No crashes or unexpected delays right now. Do plan on this weekend. Overnight weekend freeway closures. The Banfield, Interstate 84 closes both directions, including all on and off ramps between I-5 and I-205. Also, the northbound span of the Markham Bridge. I-5 northbound will be closed overnight Saturday into noon on Sunday. ODOT doing some graffiti removal, some trash pickup, and also some maintenance on those stretches of freeway. So plan ahead, guys.
Thank you, Chris.